Hi, welcome to African Perspective. My name is Nelda and I make videos about Africa from Mondays to Fridays. Today we're going to be answering the question, should African Americans come back to Africa? Now, I'm not going to take credit for coming up with that question. It actually came from a comment from a video I did 2 days ago. In that video, I was addressing how European colonization is one of the key factors for Africa's underdevelopment. And so I briefly mentioned in that video, and I was saying, actually, I feel so much pain when I see African Americans who left the continent and they're now in a foreign land and they're being mistreated. I feel for them and I feel that pain. And then somebody commented, then why don't African Americans just go back home? And I've had the privilege of growing very slowly on YouTube and I'm building a community, so I want to be very careful with how I respond to this comment. But my first impression was, how easy do you think it is for African Americans to just get up and come back to Africa? Do you think somebody would just pack their bags from Chicago and be like, I'm going to Ivory Coast? These people don't know exactly what country their ancestors came from because their ancestors were taken away 5, 6, 7 even generations ago. So even if by some sense their ancestors had told them like, oh yeah, actually I'm from Ghana, and then pass it on through generations, you're not going to know exactly where in Ghana you came from. You're not going to know what community they came from because at that time the Republic of Ghana did not exist. The Republic of Nigeria, the Democratic Republic of Congo, or all these republics that have popped up in Africa. These are very modern notions of what African states are. So that is the very first thing when you tell African Americans, oh, just go back to Africa, just go back to Africa. Or when white Karens in California are telling people, go back where you're from. First of all, you go back where you're from because that land belongs to Native Americans. But when you're telling Africans to go back where they came from, where are they going to go? And if you're African and you're telling African Americans, yo, just come back home, are you going to open your home to them? Are they going to stay with you and your parents? Exactly. So let's stop oversimplifying what happened, guys. Slavery was a major thing. It was very, I am a conspiracy theorist, but at the same time, I'm very sensible, guys. I'm not going to sit and be like, oh my God, they planned it. They wanted to separate us. They wanted to destroy us. I think they did it because they were just greedy. And I'm talking about Europeans here. They did it because they were greedy. They wanted cheap labor. They wanted raw materials to build themselves, and they didn't want to be the ones working. So they wanted to go exploit people who were busy minding their own business. We were chilling. We were worshiping trees. We were sacrificing virgins. I'm not saying that was a good thing, but that's what we were doing. We were eating bananas like monkeys. That's what we were doing. Okay. And they came and they took us away from our own home countries. So you can't just tell these people, okay, yeah, pack your bags and go back to Africa. They don't know exactly what country they came back from. But even that, there is also systemic barriers to them coming back to the continent. So when slavery was officially abolished in 1865 or so in the US, some people actually left. So by the late 1800s, there was roughly 480,000 slaves that were officially free, but only 15,000 were able to even get the funds to be able to move back to Africa, and most of them went to Liberia. But when they got there, roughly 22% of them died almost immediately, like within the first couple months, because their bodies, their immune systems had already changed. Being that away from home, your epigenetics manifest differently. You're not just going to get up from cozy, and I'm going to address this later on. America is so cozy compared to the life that we have in Africa. You're not just going to get up from having electricity all the time and coming to face load shedding in South Africa. That's not how it works, guys. It doesn't work like that. You don't just get up and then be like, oh yeah, I'm packing, I'm going. And also, you're not just going to get into this country and just resettle. How are you going to resettle? What about employment? What kind of job are you going to be able to do? Africa faces high unemployment rates, 7.3%. That is our unemployment rate in Africa. I know Americans are complaining about a 3.6 unemployment rate. You guys don't know unemployment until you come to Africa. So don't just say, oh yeah, I'm going to get up. There is systemic barriers to stop this. You have to consider just how lucky you are to be in America. I know America has weaknesses, guys. Your president is... Anyways, America has a lot of barriers that you guys face as well. But you guys are so lucky to be in a country like America where you can just get up one day and be like, actually, I'm going to start a business. And then in a month, you're a millionaire. You're on TikTok making videos about how to become a millionaire by the age of 23. You don't see that in Africa often because we don't have that reality. There's so many barriers to us existing and building our own businesses and entrepreneurship, which is something that I love. Magat Wade, you guys need to check her out. She talks a lot about entrepreneurship and how that would be one of the key things Africa needs to flip on so that we can actually develop. You can't do entrepreneurship in Africa the way you do entrepreneurship in America. There is way less barriers in America. So what I would recommend, if you're an African American and you're thinking of coming back to Africa, don't pack your bags from Louisiana and Atlanta and come to Africa just because you're missing home on a spiritual level. Come visit. come visit Tanzania, which is obviously the most beautiful country in Africa. And guys, I don't make the rules. Do I make the rules? I literally don't make the rules. Come to Tanzania, see Mount Kilimanjaro, okay? See Serengeti. Go to South Africa, dance amapiano in the streets. Maybe experience a little bit of load shedding, and then go to Namibia. Go to Angola. Go see the desert by the ocean. Go see the Sahara Desert. Go to Ghana and eat really good jollof, which is the best jollof in Africa. I don't make the rules. Again, I don't make the rules. Go to so many African countries have so much to offer. Go to the DRC, see the baboons and the gorillas. Go to Uganda, the pearl of Africa. Go to all of these places, visit and experience the continent first, because I understand that you people are craving that sense of connection to home, but at the same time, I don't think you should undervalue what you've already built in America. You guys have done such a great job for yourselves, and I know a lot of the messages surrounding African Americans are very negative, but you guys have built so much for yourselves. And I know slavery was bad. I'm just going to say that right off the bat because I don't want anybody attacking me. But you guys have built things like hip hop. You've built jazz. You've built art that everybody admires. Like African Americans are carrying the music industry in America on their backs. Okay, don't underestimate what you've built for yourself. And you were able to do all the civil rights movement. You guys did that. Africans, we were fighting for independence as well, but we were home. You guys were in enemy territory, and you were able to fight for your rights and get your presence heard in the continent of North America. So don't take that away from yourselves. I know you miss home. I know you want to be somewhere where people look like you and they treat you well and they respect you. But coming to Africa is not as easy as packing your bags and coming back. It's not. It doesn't work like that. It's not going to be an easy transition. If you don't believe me, just search up how people have been vlogging how their experiences have been in Africa and see what they're experiencing. So I understand you miss the continent, but come visit it first, experience the continent for yourself. And if you feel that pull, that drive, then think of resettling and chilling. So I hope I've addressed the comment. And if you're the commenter, I'm so sorry. I do not remember your name. Thank you so much for commenting. I hope you don't take this as a personal attack, but I really appreciate the community that I'm building here. So if you have any comments on this video, any videos you want me to do, just let me know. I'll be more than happy to do them. I make videos from Mondays to Fridays, and today's a Friday, so I'm ready to have my weekend off. But thank you so much for watching if you've gotten this far, and you will see me in the next video.